Hippolyta, our nuptial hour draws on apace. 4 happy days brings in another moon. But oh, methinks, how slow this old moon wanes. She lingers my desires, like a stepdam or a dowager, long withering out the young man revenue.
4 days will quickly steep themselves in night. 4 nights will quickly dream away the time, and then the moon, like to a silver bow, new bits in heaven shall behold the night of our solemnities.
Go, Phinestrate. Stir up the Athenian youth to merriment. Awake the pert and nimble spirit of mirth. Turn melancholy forth to funerals. The pale companion is not for our pomp. Hippolyta, I wooed thee with my sword, and won thy love, doing the injury. But I will wed thee in another key, with pomp, with triumph, and with reveling.
Happy be Theseus, our renowned Duke.
Thanks, good Aegeus. What's the news with thee?
Full of vexation come I with complaint against my child, my daughter Hermia. Stand forth, Demetrius. My noble lord, this man hath my consent to marry her. Stand forth, Lysander. And my gracious Duke, this man hath bewitched the bosom of my child. Thou, Lysander, thou hast given her rhyme and interchanged love token with my child. With cunning hast thou filched my daughter's heart, and turned her obedience, which is due to me, to stubborn harshness. And my gracious Duke, be it so she will not hear, before your grace consent to marry with Demetrius. I beg the ancient privilege of Athens. As she is mine, I may dispose of her, which shall be either to this gentleman or to her death, according to our law immediately provided in that case.
What say you, Hermia? Be advised, Demetrius is a worthy gentleman.
So is Lysander.
In himself he is, but in this kind, wanting your mother's voice, the other must be held the worthier.
I would my mother looked, but with my eyes.
Rather your eyes must with her judgment look.
I do entreat your grace to pardon me. I know not by what power I am made bold, nor how it may concern my modesty in such a presence here to plead my thoughts, but I beseech your grace that I may know the worst that may befall me in this case if I refuse to wed Demetrius.
Either to die the death, or to abjure forever the society of men. Therefore, fair Hermia, question your desires, know of your youth, examine well your blood, whether if you yield not to your mother's choice, you can endure the livery of a nun, for I to be in shady cloister mewed, a barren sister all your life, chanting faint hymns to a cold, fruitless moon.
So will I grow, so live, so die, my lord, ere I will my virgin patent up unto his lordship, whose unwishing yoke my soul consents not to give sovereignty.
Take time to pause, and by the next new moon, the sealing day betwixt my love and I for bond of everlasting fellowship, on that day, either prepare to die for disobedience to your mother's will, or else to wed Demetrius as she would, or on Diana's altar to protest for austerity and single life.
Relent, sweet Hermia. Lysander, yield thy crazed title to my certain right.
You have her mother's love, Demetrius. Let me have Hermia's. Do you marry her?
Scornful Lysander, true, he hath my love, and what is mine my love shall render him, and she is mine, and all my right of her I do estate unto Demetrius.
I am, my lord, as well derived as he, as well possessed. My love is more than his, my fortunes every way is fairly ranked, if not with vantage, as Demetrius. But which is more than these boasts can be, I am beloved of beauteous Hermia. Why should not I then prosecute my right? Demetrius, I'll avouch it to his head, made love to Netter's daughter Helena, and won her soul. And she, sweet lady, dotes, devoutly dotes in idolatry upon this spotted and inconstant man.
I must confess, I have heard so much, and with Demetrius thought to have spoke thereof. But being overfull of self-affairs, my mind did lose it. But come, Demetrius, and come too, Aegeus. I have some private schooling for you both. Come, Hippolyta, what cheer, my love? Demetrius, Aegeus, go along. I must employ you in some business against my nuptial, and speak with you of something that very nearly concerns yourselves.
With duty and desire, we follow you.
How now, my love? Why is her cheek so pale? How chance the roses there do fade so fast?
Belike for want of rain, which I could well beteem them from the tempest of my eyes.
Ay me, for aught that I could ever read, could ever hear by tale or history, the course of true love never did run smooth.
If then true lovers have been ever crossed, it stands as edict in our destiny. Then we must teach our trial patience, because it is a customary cross, is due to love as thoughts and dreams and sighs, wishes and tears, poor fancy's followers.
A good persuasion. Therefore hear me, Hermia. I have a widow aunt, a dowager of great revenue, and she hath no child. From Athens her house is remote 7 leagues, and she respects me as her only son. There, gentle Hermia, may I marry thee, and to that place the sharp Athenian law cannot pursue us. If thou lovest me, then steal forth from thy mother's house tomorrow night, and in the wood, a league without town, where I did meet thee once with Helena, to do observance to a morn of May. There will I stay for thee.
My good Lysander, I swear to thee, by Cupid's strongest bow, by his best arrow with the golden head, by the simplicity of Venus's dove, but by that which knitteth souls and prospers loves, by all the vows that ever men have broken, number more than ever women spoke, in that same place thou hast appointed me. Tomorrow truly will I meet with thee.
Keep promise, love. Look, here comes Helena.
Godspeed, fair Helena, whither away?
Call you me fair? And fair again unsay. Demetrius loves your fair. Oh, happy fair. Your eyes are lodestars, and your tongue sweets air, more tunable than lark to shepherd's ear. Oh, teach me how you look, and with what art you sway the motion of Demetrius' heart.
I frown upon him, yet he loves me still.
Oh, then your frowns could teach my smile such skill.
I give him curses, yet he gives me love.
Oh, then my prayers could such affection move.
The more I hate, the more he follows me.
The more I love, the more he hateth me.
His folly, Helena, is no fault of mine.
None but your beauty. Would that fault were mine.
Take comfort. He no more shall see my face. Lysander and myself will fly this place.
Helen, to you our minds we will unfold. Tomorrow night, when Phoebe doth behold her silver visage in the watery glass, decking with liquid pearl the blade of grass, a time which lovers' flights doth still conceal, through Athens' gates have we devised to steal.
And in a wood where often you and I upon faint primrose beds were wont to lie, emptying our bosoms of their counsel sweet, there Lysander and myself will meet. And thence from Athens turn away our eyes to seek new friends and stranger companies. Farewell, sweet playfellow, and pray thou for us, and good luck grant thee thy Demetrius. Keep word, Lysander, we must starve our sight from lovers' food till morrow deep midnight.
I will, my Hermia. Helena, adieu. As you on him, Demetrius dote on you.
How happy some or other some can be. Through Athens, I am thought as fair as she. But what of that? Demetrius thinks not so. He will not know what all but he do know. And as he errs, doting on Hermia's eyes, so I, admiring of his qualities, things base and vile, holding no quantity love can transpose to form and dignity. Love looks not with the eyes, but with the mind, and therefore is winged Cupid painted blind. Nor hath love's mind of any judgment taste, wings and no eyes, figure unheedy haste. And therefore is love said to be a child, because in choice he is so oft beguiled, as waggish boys in games themselves forswear, so the boy love is perjured everywhere. For ere Demetrius looked on Hermia's eyne, he hailed down oaths that he was only mine. And when that hail some heat from Hermia felt, so he dissolved, and showers of oaths did melt. I will go tell him of fair Hermia's flight, then to the wood will he tomorrow night pursue her. And for this intelligence, if I have thanks, it is a dear expense. But herein mean I to enrich my pain, to have his sight thither and back again.
Is all our company here?
You were best to call them generally, man by man, according to the script.
Aye. Here is a scroll of everyone's names that fit through all Athens to play in our interlude before the Duke and Duchess on their wedding day at night.
First, good Petroquince, say what the play treats on, and then read the names of the actors, and so grow to a point.
Mary, our play is the most lamentable comedy and most cruel death of Pyramus and Thisbe.
A very good piece of work, I assure you, and a merry. Now, good Petroquints, call forth your actors by the scroll. Masters, spread yourselves.
Answer as I call you. Nick Bottom the Weaver.
Ready. Name what part I am for and proceed.
You, Nick Bottom, are set down for Pyramus.
What is a Pyramus? A lover or a tyrant?
It is a lover that kills himself most gallant for love.
That will ask for some tears in the true performing of it. If I do it, let the audience look to their eyes. I will move storms. I will condole in some measure to the rest.
Francis,
Yet, my chief humor is for a tyrant. I could play Ericles rarely, or a part to tear a cat in to make all split. Oh. Oh. The raging rocks and shivering shocks shall break the locks of prison gates, and Phoebus' car shall shine from far, and making more the foolish fates. This was lofty. Now name the rest of the players.
Francis Flute the Bellows Mender.
Here, Petroquin.
You, Flute, must take Thisbe on you.
Oh, and what is Thisbe, a wandering knight?
It is the lady that Pyramus must love.
Why, nay, faith! Let me not play woman, I have a beard coming.
Oh, well, that's all one. You shall play it in a mask, and you may speak as small as you will.
And I may hide my face. Let me play Thisbe too. I will speak in a monstrous little voice. Thesner. Ah, Pyramus, lover dear, thy Thisbe dear, and a lady dear.
No, you must play Pyramus and Flute, you Thisbe.
Well, proceed.
Robin Starveling the tailor.
Here, Petroquin.
You Thisbe's mother. Tom Snout the tinker.
Oh, here, Petroquin.
You Pyramus's father. Myself Thisbe's mother. Snug the join of the lion's role, and I hope here is a play fitted.
Have you the lion's part written? Pray you, if it be, then give it to me, for I'm slow of study.
Oh, you may do it extempore, for it is nothing but roaring.
Let me play the lion too. I will roar that I will do any man's heart good to hear me. I will roar that I will make the Duke say, let her roar again! Let her roar again!
And you should do it too terribly that you would frighten the Duchess and the ladies, that they would shriek, and that were enough to hang us.
That would hang us every month. Yeah, okay.
I grant you, friends. If that we should fright the ladies out of their wits, they would have no more discretion but to hang us. But I will aggravate my voice that I will roar you as gently as any sucking dove. I will roar you as pretty nightingale.
You can't play no part but Pyramus.
Well, I will undertake it. What beard were I best to play it in? You know,
Why, what you will, but masters, here are your roles, and I am to request you, to entreat you, and desire you to con them by tomorrow night, and meet me in the palace wood, a mile without the town, there by moonlight to rehearse. For if we meet in the city, we shall be dogged with company and our devices known. In the meantime, I shall draw up a list of properties, such as our play wants. I pray you, fail me not.
we will meet. And there we may rehearse most obscenely and courageously. Take pains, be perfect. Adieu. Come.
How now, spirit? Whither wander you?
Over hill, over dale, through bush, through briar, over park, over pale, through flood, through fire, I do wander everywhere, swifter than the moon's spear. And I serve the fairy queen to do her orbs upon the green. The cowslips tall her pensioners be, in their gold coat spots you'll see. Those be rubies, fairy favors, in their freckles live their savors. I must go seek some dewdrops here and hang a pearl in every cowslip's ear. Farewell, thou love of spirits, I'll be gone. Our queen and all our elves come here anon.
The king doth keep his revels here tonight. Take heed the queen come not within his sight, for Oberon is passing fell in wrath, that she, as her attendant, hath a lovely boy stolen from an Indian king. She never had so sweet a changeling. And jealous Oberon would have the child, knight of his trade, to trace the forests wild. But she perforce withholds the loved boy, crowns him with flowers, and makes him all her joy. And now they never meet by grove or green, by fountain clear or spangled starlight sheen, but they do square, that all their elves for fear creep into acorn cups and hide them there.
Either I mistake your shape in making quite, or else you are that shrewd and knavish sprite called Robin Goodfellow. Are not you he that frights the maidens of the villagery? Skim milk and sometimes labor in the kern, with bootless make the breathless housewife churn, and sometimes make the drink to bear no barm. Mislead night wanderers laughing at their harm. Those that hobgoblin call you and sweet puck you to their work, and they shall have good luck. Are not you he?
I am that merry wanderer of the night. I jest Oberon and make him smile. When I, fat and bean-fed horse beguile, neighing in likeness of a filly foal. And sometimes lurk I in a gossip's bowl in very likeness of a roasted crab. And when she drinks, mwah, against her lips I bob, and on her withered dewlap pour the ale. The wisest aunt telling the saddest tale, sometimes for 3-foot stool mistaketh me. Then slip I from her bum, down topples she, and Taylor cries and falls into a cough. And the whole choir hold their hips and laugh, and waxen in their mirth the knees and swear a merrier hour was never wasted there. But room fairy, here comes Oberon.
Here, my mistress, would that we were gone.
Ill met by moonlight, proud Titania.
What? Jealous Oberon fairies, skip hence, I have forsworn his bed and company.
Tarry, rash wanton. Am I not thy lord?
Then I must be thy lady. But I know when thou hast stolen away from fairyland, and in the shape of corn sat all day, playing on pipes of corn and versing love to amorous Phillida. Why art thou here? Come from the farthest tip of India, but that forsooth your bouncing Amazon, your buskin mistress, and your warrior love to Theseus must be wedded, and you come to give their bed joy and prosperity.
How can thou thus for shame, Titania, glance at my credit with Hippolyta, knowing I know thy love to Theseus?
These are the forgeries of jealousy, and never since the middle summer spring met we in hill, in dale, forest, or mead, by paved fountain, or by rushy brook, or in the beach margent of the sea to dance our ringlets to the whistling wind. But with thy brawls thou hast disturbed our sport. Therefore the winds piping to us in vain as in revenge have sucked up from the sea contagious fogs, which, falling in the land, have every pelting river made so proud that they have overborne their continents. The childing autumn, angry winter, changed their wonted liveries, and the mazed world by their increase now knows not which is which, and this same progeny's evils comes from our debate, from our dissension. We are their parents and original.
Do you amend it then? It lies in you. Why should Titania cross her Oberon? I do but beg a little changeling boy to be my henchman.
The fairy landmark's not the child of me. His mother was a votaress of my order, but she being mortal of that boy did die, and for her sake do I rear up her boy, and for her sake I will not part with him.
How long within this wood do you intend to stay?
Perchance till after Theseus' wedding day? You will patiently
dance in our round, and see our moonlit revels go with us. If not, shun me, and I will spare your haunts.
Give me that boy, and I will go with thee.
Not for thy fairy kingdom, fairy! Away we shall chide down right if I longer stay!
Well, go thy way. Thou shalt not from this grove till I torment thee for this injury. My gentle Puck, come hither. As thou rememberest, since once I sat upon a promontory, and saw a mermaid on a dolphin's back, uttering such dulcet and harmonious breath, that the rude seas grew civil at her song, and certain stars shot madly forth from their spheres to hear the sea maid's music.
I remember.
That very time I saw, but thou could not, flying between the cold moon and earth, Cupid, all armed. A certain aim he took at a fair vestal throned in the west, and loosed his love shaft smartly from his bow as it should pierce 100,000 hearts. Yet I might see young Cupid's fiery shaft, quenched in the chaste beams of the watery moon. The imperial votresses passed on in maiden meditation, fancy free. Yet marked I where the bolt of Cupid fell. It fell upon a little western flower, before milk white, now purple with love's wound. Fetch me that flower. The juice of it, on a sleeping eyelid laid, will make a man or woman madly dote upon the next living creature it sees. Fetch me that herb, and be thou here again ere the Leviathan can swim a league.
I'll put a girdle around the earth in 40 minutes.
Having once this juice, I'll watch Titania while she's asleep, and drop the liquor of it in her eyes. The next thing she waking looks upon, be it a lion, bear, wolf, or bull, she shall pursue it with the soul of love. And ere I take this charm from off her sight, as I can take it with another herb, I'll make her render up her page to me. But who comes here? I am invisible, and I will overhear their conference.
I love thee not, therefore pursue me not. Where's Lysander and fair Hermia? The one I'll slay, the other slayeth me. Thou toldst me they were stolen under this wood, and here am I, and woed within this wood, because I cannot meet my Hermia. Hence get thee gone, and follow me no more.
You draw me, you hard-hearted adamant, but yet you draw not iron, for my heart is true as steel. Leave you your power to draw, and I shall have no power to follow you.
Do I entice you? Do I speak you fair? Or rather, do I not in plainest truth tell you I do not, nor I cannot love you?
And even for that, do I love you the more? I am your spaniel, and Demetrius, the more you beat me, I will fawn on you. Use me but as your spaniel. Spurn me. Strike me. Neglect me. Lose me. Only give me leave, unworthy as I am, to follow you. What worser place can I be in your love, and yet a place of high respect with me, than to be used as you use your dog?
Tempt not too much the hatred of my spirit, for I am sick when I do look upon thee.
And I am sick when I look not on you.
You do impeach your modesty too much. To leave the city and commit yourself into the hands of one who loves you not? To trust the opportunity of night and the ill counsel of a desert place with the rich worth of your virginity.
Your virtue is my privilege. For that it is not night when I do see your face. Therefore I think I am not in the night, nor doth this wood lack worlds of company, for you in my respect are all the world. Then how can it be said I am alone when all the world is here to look on me?
I'll not stay thy questions. Let me go. But if thou followest me, do not believe, but I shall do thee mischief in the wood.
Aye, in the temple, in the town, the field, you do me mischief. Fie, Demetrius! Your wrongs do set a scandal at my sex. We cannot fight for love as men may do. We should be wooed, and we're not made to woo. I'll follow thee, and make a heaven of hell to die upon the hand I love so well.
Fare thee well, nymph. Ere he do leave this grove, thou shalt fly him, and he shall seek thy love. Welcome, wanderer. Hast thou the flower there?
Aye, there it is.
I prithee, give it to me. I know a bank where the wild thyme blows, where oxlips and the nodding violets grow, quite over canopied with luscious woodbine, with sweet musk roses, and with eglantine. There sleeps Titania sometimes of the night, lulled in these flowers with dances and delight. And with the juice of this, I'll streak her eyes, and make her full of hateful fantasies. Take thou some of it, and seek through this grove. A sweet Athenian lady is in love with a most disdainful youth. Anoint his eyes, but do it when the next thing he espies might be the lady. Thou shalt know the man by the Athenian garment he hath on. Effect it with some care, that he may prove more fond on her than she upon her love. And look thou meet me here ere the first cock crow.
Fear not, my lord, your servant shall do so.
Come. Now a roundel and a fairy song. Then for the third part of a minute hence. Some to kill cankers in the musk rose buds, some war with rear mice for their leather and wings to make my small elves coats, and some to keep back the clamorous owl that nightly hoots and wanders at our quaint spirits. Sing me now asleep into your offices and let me rest.
It's away now, all is well. One aloof stand, sentinel.
What thou seest when thou dost wake, do it for thy true love take. Love and languish for his sake, be it ounce or cat or bear, pard or boar with bristled hair. In thy eye that shall appear when thou wakest, it is thy dear. Wake when something vile is near.
Fair love, you faint with wandering in the wood, and speak troth, I forgot our way. Well, rest us, Hermia, if you think it good, and tarry for the comfort of the day.
Be it so, Lysander. Find you out to bed, for I upon this bank will rest my head.
One turf shall serve as pillow to us both. One heart, one bed, two bosoms, and one troth.
Nay, good Lysander, for my sake, my dear, lie further off yet. Do not lie so near.
Take the sense, sweet, of my innocence. Love gives love's meaning in love's conference. I mean, my heart unto yours is knit, so that but one heart we can make of it. Two bosoms interchained with an oath, so then two bosoms and a single troth. For by your side, no bedroom me deny. For lying so, Hermia, I do not lie.
Lysander riddles very prettily. Now much beshrew my manners and my pride, if Hermia meant to say Lysander lied. But, gentle friend, for love and courtesy, lie further off. In human modesty, such separation, as may well be said, becomes a virtuous bachelor and a maid. So, far be distant, and good night, sweet friend. Thy love ne'er alter to thy sweet life and...
Amen. Amen to that fair prayer say I. And in life, when I in loyalty, here is my bed. Sleep give thee all his rest.
With half that wish the wisher's eyes be pressed.
Uh-huh.
Through the forest have I gone, but Athenian found I none on whose eyes I might anoint this flower's force and stirring love. Night and silence. Who is here? Weeds of Athens he doth wear. This is he, my master said, despised the Athenian maid. And there, the maiden sleeping sound on the dank and dirty ground. Pretty soul, she durst not lie next to this lack love, this kill courtesy. Churl, upon thy eyes I throw all the power that this charm doth owe. When thou wakest, let love forbid sleep his seat on thy eyelid. And now awake when I am gone, for I must now to Oberon.
I charge thee hence, and do not haunt me thus.
Oh, wilt thou darkly leave me? Do not so!
Stay on thy peril. I alone will go.
Oh, I am out of breath in this fond chase. The more my prayer, the lesser is my grace. Happy is Hermia, wheresoe'er she lies, for she hath blessed and attractive eyes. How came her eyes so bright? Not with salt tears. If so, my eyes are oftener washed than hers. No, I am as ugly as a bear, for beasts that meet me run away for fear. Therefore no marvel though Demetrius do as a monster fly my presence thus. What wicked and dissembling glass of mine made me compare with Hermia's fiery eye? Who is here? Lysander, on the ground, dead or asleep? I see no blood, no wound. Lysander, if you live, good sir, awake!
And run through fire I will for thy sweet sake, transparent Helena. Nature shows thy art, that through thy bosom lets me see thy heart. Where is Demetrius? Oh, how fit a word is that vile name to perish on my sword.
Do not say so, Lysander, say not so. What though he love your Hermia? Lord, what though? Yet Hermia still loves you, then be content.
Content with Hermia? No, I do repent the tedious minutes I with her have spent. Not Hermia, but Helena do I love. Who will not change a raven for a dove? The will of man is by his reason swayed, and reason says, you are the worthier maid. Things growing are not ripe till their season, so I, being young, till now ripe not to reason, and touching on the point of human skill, reason becomes the marshal to my will, and leads me to your eyes, where I o'erlook love's story written in love's richest book.
Wherefore was I to this keen mockery born? When at your hands did I deserve this scorn? It's not enough, young man, that I did never, no, nor never can deserve a sweet look from Demetrius' eye, but you must flout my insufficiency? Good troth you do me wrong. Good sooth you do in such disdainful manner me to woo. But fare you well. Perforce I must confess, I thought you lord of more true gentleness. Oh, that a lady of one man refuse should of another, therefore be abused.
She sees not Hermia. Hermia, sleep thou there, and never mayst come Lysander near, for as a surfeit of the sweetest things the deepest loathing to the stomach brings, or as to heresies that men do leave are hated most by those they did deceive. So thou, my surfeit and my heresy, of all be hated, but the most of me. And all my powers address your love and might, to honor Helen, and to be her knight.
Me for pity! What a dream! Was here Lysander? Look how I do quake with fear! Methought a serpent eat my heart away, and you sat smiling at his cruel prey. Lysander? What, removed? Lysander! Lord? What? Gone? No sound, no word? Alack, where are you? Speak, and if you hear, speak! Of all loves, I swoon almost with fear. No? Well, then I perceive you all not nigh. Either death, or you I'll find immediately.
Pat, and here's a marvelous convenient place for our rehearsal. This green plot shall be our stage, this hawthorn brake our tiring house, and we shall do it in action as we will do it before the Duke.
Petriquates.
What sayest thou, Bully Bottom?
There are, things in this comedy of Pyramus and Thisbe that will never please. First, Pyramus must draw a sword to kill himself, which the ladies cannot abide. How answer you that?
Fire lake in a parlous fear.
I believe we must leave the killing out when all is done.
Not to wait. I have a device to make all well. Write me a prologue, and let the prologue seem to say, we will do no harm with our swords, and that Pyramus is not killed indeed. And for the more better assurance, tell them that I, Pyramus, am not Pyramus, but Bottom the Weaver. This will put them out of fear.
Well, we shall have such a prologue, and it shall be written in 8 and 6.
No, let it be 2 more. Let it be written in 8 and 8.
Will not the ladies be unfair to the lion?
I fear it, I promise you.
Masters, you ought to consider with yourselves to bring in, God shield us, a lion among ladies is the most dreadful thing, for there is not a more fearful, wild fowl than your lion living, and we ought to look to it.
Therefore, another prologue must show he is not a lion.
Nay, you must name his name, and half his face must be seen through the lion's neck, and he himself must speak through, saying thus, or to the same effect, ladies, or fair ladies, I would wish you, or I would request you, or I would entreat you not to fear, not to tremble, my life for yours. If you think I come hither as a lion, it were pity of my life. No, I am no such thing. I am a man, as other men are. And there indeed, let him name his name, and tell them plainly, he is Snug, the joiner.
It shall be so, but there is 2 hard things. That is, to bring moonlight into the chamber, for Pyramus and Thisbe, as you know, did meet by moonlight.
Doth the moon shine the night we play our play?
A calendar. A calendar, look in the almanac. Find out moonshine. Find out moonshine.
Yes, it doth shine that night.
Then leave a casement of the great chamber window where we play open, and the moon may shine in at the casement.
Aye, or else one must come in, with Lanthorn Dog and Bush of Thorn, and say that he comes to disfigure or to present the person of moonshine. Then there is this. We must have a wall in the great chamber. For Pyramus and Thisbe, the story says, did talk through the chink of a wall.
Well, you could never bring in a wall. What say you, Bottom?
Some person or other must present wall. And let him have some plaster or loam or rough cast about him to signify wall. And let him hold his fingers thus, and through that cranny shall Pyramus and Thisbe whisper.
If that may be, then all is well. Come, sit you down, every mother's son, and rehearse your parts. Pyramus, you begin. When you have spoken your speech, you enter into that break, and so everyone according to his cue.
What hempen homespuns have we swaggering here, so near the cradle of the fairy queen? What? A play toward? I'll be an auditor here. An actor too, perhaps, if I see cause.
Pyramus, begin. Thisbe, stand forth.
Oh, Thisbe! The flowers of odious savor sweet.
Odors.
Odors, savor sweet. So hath thy breath, my dearest Thisbe dear. But hark! A voice. Stay thou, Monterroyal, and by I will to thee appear.
A stranger Pyramus that ever played here. Must I speak now?
Aye, Mary, must you, for you must understand. He goes but to see a noise that he heard, and is to come again.
Most radiant Pyramus. Most radiant Pyramus. Most radiant Pyramus. Yes. Most lily white of hue, of color like the red rose on triumphant briar. Most frisky juvenile eke, most lovely Jew, as true as horse that yet would never tire. I'll meet thee, Pyramus, at Ninus' tomb.
Ninus' tomb, man. Why, you must not speak that yet. That you answer to Pyramus. You speak all your parted once cues and all. Pyramus, enter, your cue is past. It is never tire.
As true as horse that yet would never tire.
If I were Thisbe, I were only
wanted. Pray masters! Fly masters! Help!
I'll follow you! I'll lead you about around! Through bog, through bush, through briar! Sometime a horse I'll be, sometime a hound! A hog, a bear, sometime a fire! And neigh and grunt and roar and burn! Like horse, hound, hog, bear, fire at every turn!
Why do they run away? This is a knavery of them to make me afeard.
Thou art changed! What's that I see on thee?
What do you see? You see an ass head of your own, do you?
Oh, bless thee, Bottom, bless thee, thou art translated!
I see their knavery. This is to make an ass of me. To frighten me, if they could. But I will not stir from this place, do what they can. I will walk up and down here and I shall sing that they shall hear. I am not afraid. They are so cocked, so black of hue, with orange tawny bill, that the rattle with his note so true, the wren with little quill.
Oh, an angel wakes me from my flowery bed. I pray thee, gentle mortal, sing again. Mine ear is much enamored to thy note, and so is mine eye enthralled to thy shape. And thy fair virtue's force perforce doth move me on the first view to say, to swear I love thee.
Methinks, mistress, you should have little reason for that. And yet, reason and love keep little company together nowadays. Oh, the more the pity. Some honest neighbors will not make them friends. And they but act like upon occasion.
Thou art as wise as thou art beautiful.
Not so neither. But if I had enough wit to get out of this wood, I'd have enough to serve mine own turn.
This wood do not desire to go. Thou shalt remain here, whether thou wilt or no. I am a spirit of no common rate. The summer still doth tend upon my state, and I do love thee. Therefore, go with me. I will give thee fairies to attend on thee, and they shall fetch thee jewels from the deep, and sing while thou on pressed flowers dost sleep. And I shall purge thy mortal grossness so that thou shalt like an airy spirit go. Peas blossom, cobweb, moth, and mustard seed. Ready!
And I.
Where shall we go?
Be kind and courteous to this mortal thing. Hop in her walks and gambol in her eyes, and feed her with apricots and dewberries, with purple grapes, green figs, and mulberries. The honey bags steal from the humble bees, and for night tapers crop their waxen thighs. To have my love to bed and to arise, and pluck the wings from painted butterflies, to fan the moonbeams from her sleeping eyes. Nod to her elves and do her courtesies.
Hail, mortal!
Hail!
I cry your worship's mercy heartily. I beseech your worship's name.
Come.
I shall desire you more acquaintance, good Master Cobweb. If I cut my finger, I shall make bold with you. Your name, honest gentlewoman.
Peas blossom?
I pray you, commend me to Mistress Squash, your mother, and Master Peascod, your father. I shall desire you more acquaintance too, good Lady Peas Blossom. Your name, honest gentle sir.
Mustard seed.
Good Master Mustard Seed, I know your patience well. That same cowardly giant like ox beef hath devoured many a gentleman of your house. I promise you, your kindred had made mine eyes water ere now. I shall desire your more acquaintance, good Master Mustard Seed.
Come, wait upon her. Lead her to my bower. The moon methinks looks with a watery eye. When she weeps, sweeps every living thing, lamenting some enforced chastity.
wonder if Titania be awaked, and then what it was that next came into her eye, which she must dote on in extremity. How now, mad spirit? What night rule about this haunted grove?
My mistress with a monster is in love! Near to a close and consecrated bower, while she was in her dull and sleeping hour, a crew of patches, rude mechanicals who work for bread upon Athenian stalls, were met to rehearse a play intended for great Theseus' nuptial day. The shallowest thick skin of that barren sport, who Pyramus presented in her sport, forsook her scene and entered in a break. When I did her at this advantage take, an ass's knoll I fixed upon her head. Anon, her Thisbe must be answered, and forth my mimic comes, when they her spy, as wild geese that the creeping fowler eye, sever themselves and madly sweep the sky. So, at her sight, away her fellows fly, and at our stamp, o'er and o'er one falls. He murder cries, and hell from Athens calls. Their senses thus weak, lost with their fears thus strong, made senseless things begin to do them wrong. For thorns and briars at their apparel snatch, some sleeves, some hats, from yielders all things catch. I led them on in this distracted fear, and left sweet Pyramus translated there. When in that moment, so it came to pass, Titania waked and straightway loved an ass!
Oh! This falls out better than I could devise. But as I yet lashed the Athenians' eyes with the love juice as I did bid thee do.
I took him sleeping, that is finished too, and the Athenian woman by his side. But when he waked, of force she must be eyed.
Stand close. This is the same Athenian.
This is the woman, but not this the man.
Why rebuke you him who loved you so? Lay breath so bitter on your bitter foe.
Now I but chide, but I should do thee worse. For thou, I fear, hast given me cause to curse. If thou hast slain Lysander in his sleeping, or shoes in blood, plunge in the deep, and kill me too. The sun was not so true unto the day as he to me. Would he have stolen away from sleeping Hermia? I believe as soon as this whole earth may be bored, and that the moon may through the center creep, and so displease her brother's noontide with Antipodes. It cannot be, but thou hast murdered him. So should a murderer look, so dead, so grim.
So should the murdered look, and so should I, pierced to the heart by your stern cruelty. Yet you, the murderer, look as bright, as clear as yonder Venus in her glimmering sphere.
What's this? To my Lysander! Where is he? Ah, good Demetrius, wilt thou give him me?
You spend your passion on a misprized mood. I am not guilty of Lysander's blood, nor is he dead for aught that I can tell.
I pray thee then tell me that he is well.
And if I could, what should I get there for?
A privilege. Never to see me more, and from thy hated presence part I so. See me no more, whether he be dead or no.
There is no following her in this fierce vein. Here, therefore, for a while I will remain. Through sorrow's heaviness doth heavier grow, which for debt the bankrupt sleep doth sorrow owe, which now in some slight measure it will pay. If for his tender here, I make some stay.
What hast thou done? Thou hast mistaken quite, and laid the love juice on some true love sight. Of this misprecision must perforce ensue a true love turn, not a false turn true. About this wood go swifter than the wind, and Helena of Athens look thou find. All fancy sick she is, and pale of cheer, with sighs of love that cost the fresh blood dear. By some illusion, see thou bring her here. I'll charm his eyes against she do appear.
I go! Look how I go, swifter than the arrow from the Tartar's bow.
Flower of this purple dye, hit with Cupid's archery, sink in the apple of his eye. When his love he doth espy, let her shine as gloriously as Venus of the sky. When thou awakest, if she be by, beg of her for remedy.
Captain of our ferry band, Helena is here at hand, and the youth mistook by me, pleading for a lover's fee. Shall we their fond pageant see, Lord, what fools these mortals be?
Stand aside. The noise they make will cause Demetrius to wake.
Then will two at once woo one. And this needs be sport alone, for those things do best please me that befall preposterously.
Why should you think that I should woo in scorn? Scorn and derision never come in tears. Look, when I vow, I weep, and vows so born in their nativity all truth appears. How can these things in me seem scorn to you, bearing the badge of faith to prove them true?
You do advance your cunning more and more. These vows are Hermia's. Will you give her o'er? Weigh oath with oath, and you will nothing weigh. Your vows to her and me put in two scales will even weigh in both as light as tails.
I had no judgment when to her I swore.
Nor none in my mind, now you give her o'er.
Demetrius loves her, he loves not you.
Oh, Helena, goddess, nymph, perfect, divine, to what my love shall I compare thine eye? Crystal is muddy, oh, how ripe and show. Thy lips, kissing cherries tempting grow. That pure congealed white high Taurus snow, fanned by the eastern wind, turns to a crow when thou holdst up thy hand. Oh, let me kiss this princess of pure white, this seal of bliss.
Oh, spite! Oh, hell! I see you all are bent to set against me for your merriment! If you were civil and knew courtesy, you would not do me thus much injury. If you were men, as men you are in show, you would not use a gentle lady so. You both are rivals and love Hermia, and now both rivals to mock Helena. A trim exploit, a manly enterprise to conjure tears up in a poor maid's eyes with your derision. None of noble sort would so offend a virgin and extort a poor soul's patience, all to make you sport.
You are unkind, Demetrius. Be not so, for you love Hermia. This you know I know. And here, with all goodwill, with all my heart, in Hermia's love I yield you up my part. And yours and Helen to me bequeath, whom I do love, and will do till my death.
Lysander, keep thy Hermia. I will none. If e'er I loved her, all that love is gone. For my heart but to her is guest-wise sojourned. Now to Helen is at home returned, there to remain.
Helen, it is not so.
Disparage not the faith thou dost not know, lest to thy peril thou abide it dear. Look where thy love comes, yonder is thy dear.
Dark night that from the eye his function takes, the ear more quick of apprehension makes, wherein it doth impair the seeing sense. It pays the hearing double recompense. Thou art not by mine eye, Lysander, found thine ear. I think it has brought me to thy sound, but why unkindly didst thou leave me so?
Why should he stay, whom love doth press to go?
What love could press Lysander from my side?
Lysander's love that would not let him bide, fair Helen, whom more engilds the night than all you fiery O's and eyes of light. Why seek'st thou me? Could this not make thee know the hate I bear thee made me leave thee so?
You speak not as you think. It cannot be.
No, she is one of this confederacy. Now I perceive they have conjoined all three to fashion this false sport in spite of me. Injurious Hermia, most ungrateful maid, have you conspired? Have you with these contrived to bait me with this foul derision? Is all the counsel that we two have shared, the sisters' vows, the hours that we have spent when we have chid the hasty-footed time for parting us? Oh, is it all forgot? All school days' friendship, childhood innocence? And will you rend our ancient love asunder to join with men in scorning your poor friend? It is not friendly, 'tis not maidenly, our sex as well as I may chide you for it, though I alone do feel the injury.
I am amazed at your passionate words. I scorn you not. It seems that you scorn me.
Have you not set Lysander as in scorn to follow me and praise my eyes and face? And made your other love, Demetrius, who e'en but now did spurn me with his foot to call me goddess, nymph divine and rare, precious, celestial. Wherefore speaks he this to her he hates? And wherefore doth Lysander deny your love so rich within his soul, and tender me forsooth affection, but by your setting on, by your consent? What though I be not so in grace as you, so hung upon with love, so fortunate, but miserable most to love unloved. This you should pity rather than despise.
I understand not what you mean by this.
I do. Persever. Counterfeit sad looks. Make mouths upon me when I turn my back. Wink each at other. Hold the sweet jest up. This sport, well carried, shall be chronicled. If you had any pity, grace, or manners, you would not make me such an argument. But fare ye well. 'Tis partly mine own fault, which death or absence soon shall remedy.
Stay, gentle Helena. Hear my excuse, my love, my life, my soul, fair Helena.
Oh, excellent!
Sweet, do not scorn her so.
If she cannot entreat, I can compel.
Thou canst compel no more than she entreat. Thy threats have no more strength than her weak prayers. Helen, I love thee. By my life I swear by that which I will lose for thee to prove him false that says I love thee not.
I say I love thee more than he can do.
If thou say so, withdraw and prove it too.
Quick. Come.
Lysander, where to tends all this?
Away, you Ethiop. Hang off, thou cat, thou bird, vile thing, let loose, or I will shake thee from me like a serpent.
Why have you grown so rude? What changes this sweet love?
Thy love, out! Tawny Tartar, out. Out! Loathed medicine, hated potion, hence!
Do you not jest?
Yes, sooth, and so do you.
Demetrius, I will keep my word with thee.
I would have had your bond, for I perceive a weak bond holds you. I'll not trust thy word.
What? Should I hurt her? Strike her? Kill her dead? Although I hate her, I'll not harm her so.
What? Can you do me no greater harm than hate? Hate me. Wherefore? Oh me, what news, my love? Am not I Hermia? Are not you, Lysander? I am as fair now as I was erewhile. Since night you loved me. Yet since night you left me. Why then you left me? Oh, the gods forbid! In earnest, shall I say?
I, by my life, and never did desire to see thee more. Therefore be out of hope, out of question of doubt. Be certain nothing truer. 'Tis no jest that I do hate thee, and love Helena.
Oh me, you juggler, you canker blossom, you thief of love! What, have you come by night and stolen my love's heart from him?
Fine! If have you no modesty, no name, shame, no touch of bashfulness? What? Will you tear impatient answers from my gentle tongue? Fie, you counterfeit, you puppet, you!
Puppet! Why so? Hey, that way goes the game. Now I perceive that she hath made compare between our statures. She hath urged her height, and with her personage, her tall personage, her height, forsooth, she hath prevailed with him. And what? Are you grown so high in his esteem because I am so dwarfish and so low? How low am I, thou painted Maypole? Speak! How low am I? I am not yet so low, but that my nails can reach unto thine eyes!
I pray you, will you mock me, gentlemen? Let her not hurt me. I was never cursed. I have no gift at all in shrewishness. I am a right made for my cowardice. Let her not strike me. You perhaps may think because she is something lower than myself that I can match her. Lower! Hark! Again! Good Hermia, do not be so bitter with me. I evermore did love you, Hermia, did ever keep your counsels, never wronged you. Save that, in love unto Demetrius, I told him of yourself unto this wood. He followed you for love, I followed him, but he hath chid me hence and threatened me to strike me, spurn me, nay, to kill me too. And now, so you will let me quiet go, to Athens will I bear my folly back and follow you no further. Let me go. You see how simple and how fond I am.
Nay, get you gone. Who is that hinders you?
A foolish heart that I leave here behind.
Oh, with Lysander.
With Demetrius.
Be not afraid, she shall not harm thee, Helena.
No, sir, she shall not. Though you take her part?
Oh, when she's angry, she is keen and shrewd. She was a vixen when she went to school, and though she be but little, she is fierce.
Little? Nothing but low and little. Why will you suffer her to flout me thus? Let me come to her.
Get you gone, you dwarf! You minimus of hindering Knockgrass maid! You bade! You acorn!
You are too officious on her behalf to scorn your services. Let her alone. Speak not of Helena. Take not her part. For if thou dost intend ever so little show of love to her, thou shalt abide it.
Now she holds me not. Now follow if thou darest, to try whose right of thine or mine is most in Helena.
Follow? Nay. I'll go with thee, cheek by jowl.
You, mistress. All this coil is long of you. Nay, go not back.
I'll not trust you, I, nor longer stay in your cursed company. Your hands than mine are quicker for a fray. My legs are longer, though, to run away.
I am amazed and know not what to say.
This is thy negligence. Still thou mistakest, or else commits thy knaveries willfully.
Believe me, King of Shadows, I mistook. Do not you tell me I should know the man by the Athenian garments he hath on? And so far blameless proves my enterprise, for I have anointed an Athenian's eyes. And so far am I glad it did so sort, for this, their jangling I esteem a sport.
Thou seest these lovers seek a place to fight. Hie therefore, Robin, overcast the night. The starry welkin cover thou anon with drooping fog as black as Acheron. And lead these testy rivals so astray, as one come not within another's way. Look thou lead them thus, till o'er their brow death counterfeiting sleep with batty wings and leaden legs doth creep. Then crush this herb into Lysander's eye, whose flower hath that virtuous property, to remove all error from his might, and make his eyeballs roll with wonted sight. When they awake, all this derision shall seem a dream and fruitless vision. Then back to Athens shall the lovers wend, with league whose date till death shall never end. Will I in this affair do thee employ? I'll to my queen, and beg her Indian boy. And then her charmed eye will I release from monster's view, and all things will be peace.
Up and down! Up and down! I will lead them up and down. I am feared in field and town. Goblin, lead them up and down. Here comes one. What thou, proud Demetrius? Speak thou now! Here comes! Truly ready, where art thou?
I will be with thee straight!
Follow me then and play to ground.
Lysander! Speak again, thou runaway, thou coward! Art thou fled? Speak! In some bush, where dost thou hide thy head?
Thou coward! Art thou bragging to the stars, telling the bushes thou lookst for wars but will not come? Come, recreant! Come, thou child, I'll whip thee with a rod! He is the file that draws a sword on thee!
Yea, art thou there?
Follow my voice! We'll try no manhood here!
He goes before me and still dares me on. When I come where he calls, then he's gone. The villain is much lighter heeled than I. I followed fast, but faster he did fly. And fallen am I in dark, uneven way. And here will rest me.
Shine, comest thou not?
Abide me if thou darest! For what I want, thou runnest before me, shifting every place, and dare not stand nor look me in the face! Where art thou now?
Come here!
Hey, then thou mockest me. Thou shalt buy this dear if ever I thy face by daylight see. Now go thy way, faintness constraineth me to measure out my length on this cold bed. Thy day's approach, look to be visited.
Oh, weary night. Oh, long and tedious night of 8th hour. Shine comforts from the east, that I may back to Athens by daylight from these, that my poor company detest. Then sleep, that sometimes shuts up sorrow's eye, steal me a while from mine own company.
Yet but 3. Come, one more. 2 of both kinds makes up 4. Here she comes, cursed and sad. Cupid is a knavish lad, thus to make poor females mad.
Never so weary, never so in woe, bedabbled with the dew and torn with briars. I can no further crawl, no further go. My legs can keep no pace with my desires. Here, will I rest me till the break of day? Heaven shield my sander if they but mean a fray.
On the ground sleep sound. I'll apply to your eye, gentle lover, remedy. When thou wakest, thou takest true delight in the sight of thy former lady's eye. And the country proverb known, every man shall have his own. Jack shall have Jill, not Sugar Will. The man shall have his mare again, and all shall be well!
While I thy amiable cheeks do coy, and stick musk roses in thy sleek smooth head, and kiss thy fair large ears, my gentle joy.
Where's Peas Blossom?
Ready?
Scratch my head, Peas Blossom. Where's Monsieur Cobweb?
Ready?
Good Monsieur Cobweb, good Monsieur. Get you your weapons in hand, and kill me a red-hipped humblebee on the top of a thistle. And, good Monsieur, bring me the honey bag. Don't fret yourself too much in the action, Monsieur. And, good Monsieur, have a care the honey bag break not. I would be loath to have you ever flown with a honey bag, Senor. Where's Monsieur Mustard Seed?
Ready?
Give me your neep, Monsieur Mustard Seed. Pray you, leave your courtesy, good Monsieur.
What's your will?
Nothing, good Monsieur, but to help Cavalieri Cobweb to scratch. Oh, I must to the barber, Monsieur. For methinks I am marvelous hairy about the face, and I am such a tender ass, if my hair do but tickle me, I must scratch.
What, wilt thou hear some music, my sweet love?
I have a reasonable good ear in music. Let's have the tongues and the bones.
Or say, sweet love, what thou desirest to eat.
Truly a peck of provender. I could munch your good dry oats. Methinks I have a great desire to a bottle of hay. Good hay. Sweet hay hath no fellow.
I have a venturous fairy that shall seek the squirrel's hoard and fetch thee new nuts.
I'd rather have a handful or two of dried peas, but I pray you, let none of your people stir me.
I have an exposition of sleep come upon me.
Sleep thou, and I will wind thee in my arms. Fairies, be gone, and be always away. So doth the woodbine the sweet honeysuckle gently entwist, the female ivy so enrings the barky fingers of the elm. Oh, how I love thee, how I dote on thee.
Welcome, wanderer. Seest thou this sweet sight? Her dotage now I do begin to pity. For meeting her of late behind the woods, seeking sweet favors from this hateful fool, I did upbraid her and fall out with her. For she her hairy temple then had rounded with a coronet of fresh and fragrant flowers, and that same dew, which was wont to swell on the buds like orient pearls, stood now in the pretty floweret's eyes, like tears that did their own disgrace bewail. I will undo this hateful imperfection of her eyes. And gentle Puck, take this transformed scalp from off the head of this Athenian fool, that she, awakening when the others do, may back again to Athens repair. And think no more of this night's accidents, but the fierce vexation of a dream. But first, I will release the fairy queen. See as thou was wont to see, be as thou was wont to be. Dian's bud, or Cupid's flower, hath such force and blessed power. Wake you, Titania, my sweet queen.
Oh, my Oberon, what visions have I seen? Methought I was enamored of an ass.
There lies your love.
Oh, how came these things to pass? Oh, how mine eyes do loathe her visage now.
Silence a while, and Puck, take off this head. Titania, music call, and strike more dead than common sleep all these 5 the sense.
Music ho, music such as charmeth sleep.
When thou wakest with thine own fool's eyes, peep.
Come, my queen, take hands with me, and rock the ground whereupon these sleepers be. Now thou and I are new in amity, and we'll tomorrow midnight solemnly dance in Duke Theseus' house triumphantly. There shall these pairs of lovers be, wedded with Theseus, all in jollity.
Fairy king, attend and mark, I do hear the morning lark.
Come, my queen, in silence sad, trip we after the nightshade. We the globe can compass soon, swifter than the wandering moon.
Come, my lord, and in our flight, tell me how it came this night that I, sleeping here, was found with these mortals on the ground.
Go, Philostrate, find out the forester. For now, our observation is performed, and since we have the voward of the day, my love shall hear the music of my hounds. Uncouple in the western valley, let them go. Dispatch, I say, and find the forester. We will, my love, up to the mountain's top, and mark the musical confusion of hounds and echo in conjunction.
I was with Hercules and Cadmus once, when in a wood of Crete they bayed the bear with hounds of Sparta. Never did I hear such gallant chiding, for besides the groves, the skies, the fountains, every region near seemed all one mutual cry. Never did I hear so musical a discord, such sweet thunder.
My hounds are bred of the Spartan kind, so flued, so sanded, and their heads are hung with ears that sweep away the morning dew, a crook-kneed and dewlap like Thessalian bulls, slow in pursuit, but matched in mouth like bells, each under each. A cry more tunable was never hollowed to, nor cheered with horn, in Crete, in Sparta, nor in Thessaly. Judge when you hear. But soft, what nymphs are these?
My lord, this is my daughter here asleep, and this Lysander. Oh, this Demetrius is, and this Helena, old Netter's Helena. I wonder if they're being here together.
No doubt. They rose up early to observe the rite of May. And hearing our intent, came here to grace our solemnity. But speak, Aegeus. Is this not the day that Hermia should give answer of her choice?
It is, my lord.
Good morrow, friends! St. Valentine's is past. Do these woodbirds but begin to couple now?
Pardon, my lord.
I pray you all, stand up. I know you two are rival enemies. How comes this gentle concord into the world that hatred is so far from jealousy to sleep by hate and fear no enmity?
My lord, I shall reply amazedly, half asleep, half waking, but as yet I swear I cannot truly say how I came here. But as I think, for truly would I speak, now do I think me, so it is. I came with Hermia hither. Our intent was to be gone from Athens, where we might, without peril of the Athenian law.
Enough, my lord, you have enough. I beg the law upon his head. They would have stolen away. They would, Demetrius, thereby to have defeated you and me. You of your wife, and me of my consent that she should be your wife.
My lady, fair Helen, told me of their stealth, of this their purpose hither to this wood. And I in fury hither followed them. Fair Helen on fancy following me. My good lord, I wot not by what power. By some power it is, my love for Hermia melted as the snow. It seems to me now as in remembrance of an idol god which in my childhood I did dote upon. And all the faith and the virtue of my heart, the object and the pleasure of mine eye is to holy Helena. To her, my lord, was I betrothed, there I saw Hermia. Like in sickness did I loathe this food, but as in health come to my natural taste. Now I do wish it, love it, and long for it, and will forevermore be true to it.
Fair lovers, you are fortunately met. Of this discourse we will hear more anon. Aegeus, I will overbear your will, for in the temple by and by with us, these couples shall be eternally knit. Since the morning now is something worn, our purpose hunting shall be set aside. Away with us to Athens, 3 and 3, to hold a feast of great solemnity. Come, Hippolyta.
These things seem small and indistinguishable.
Oh, methinks I see these things with parted eye when everything seems double.
So methinks, and I found Demetrius like a jewel, mine own and not mine own.
Are you sure that we are awake? For yet it seems we sleep, we dream. Do not you think the Duke was here and bid us follow him?
Yea, and my mother.
And Hippolyta.
And he did bid us follow to the temple.
Why, then we are awake. Let us follow him, and by the way, let's recount our dreams.
Petroquins?
Flute the bellows mender. Snout the tinker. Starfling. God's my life. Stolen hence and left me asleep. I have had a most rare vision. I have had a dream past the wits of man to say what dream it was. Man is but an ass if you go about to expound this dream. Methought I was. There's no man can tell what. Methought I was a. And methought I had. Oh. Okay. But man is but a patched fool if he will offer to say what methought I had. Oh God, the eye of man hath not heard, the ear of man hath not seen.
Man's hand is unable to taste, his tongue to conceive, nor his heart to report what my dream was. I will get Petra Quince to write a ballad of this dream, and it shall be called Bottom's Dream, because it hath no bottom. and I shall sing it in the latter end of a play before the Duke. Peradventure, to make it the more gracious, I shall sing it at her death.
Have you sent to Madam's house? Has she come home yet?
Oh, she cannot be heard of out of doubt. She's transported.
If she come not, then the play is marred. It goes not forward, doth it?
Oh, it is not possible. You have not one in all of Athens able to discharge Pyramus but she.
No, she has simply the best wit of any handicraft man in Athens.
Yea, and the best person too. She's a very paramour for a sweet voice.
You must say paragon. A paramour is, God bless us, a thing of not.
The Duke is coming before the temple, and there's 2 or 3 lords and ladies more married. If our sport had gone forward, we'd have been made men.
Oh, sweet bully bottom! Thus has she lost 6 pence a day during her life. She could not have escaped 6 pence a day, and the Duke had not given her 6 pence a day for playing Pyramus. I'll be hanged, she would have deserved it. 6 pence a day and Pyramus are nothing!
Where are these lads? Where are these?
Oh, most courageous day of this happy hour!
Oh, masters! I am to discourse wonders, but ask me not what. For if I tell you I am no true Athenian, I will tell you everything right as it fell out.
Let us hear, sweet bottom.
Not a word of me. All that I will say is, the Duke hath dined. Get your apparel together. Good strings to your beards, new ribbons to your pumps. Meet presently at the palace. Every man look o'er his part. For the short and the long is, our play is preferred. In any case, let this be. Have clean linen, and let not him who plays the lion pare his nails, for they shall hang out for the lion's claws. And most dear actors, eat no onions, nor garlic, for we are to utter sweet breath. And I do not doubt but they hear them say, it is a sweet company. No more words. Away! Go away!
My Theseus, that these lovers speak of.
More strange than true, methinks. I never may believe all these antique fables, nor these fairy toys. Lovers and madmen have such seething brains, such shaping fantasies, that apprehend more than cool reason ever comprehends. The poet's eye, in fine frenzy rolling, looks from earth to heaven, heaven to earth, and as imagination bodies forth the forms of things unknown, the poet's pen turns them to shapes and gives to airy nothing a local habitation and a name. Such tricks hath strong imagination, that if to apprehend some joy, it comprehends some bringer of that joy. Or in the night, imagining some fear, how easy is a bush supposed to bear?
But all the story of the night told over, and all their minds transfigured so together, more witness it than fancy's images, and grows to something of great constancy.
Here come the lovers, full of joy and mirth. Joy, gentle friends, joy and fresh days of love accompany your hearts.
More than to us wait in your royal walks, your board, your bed.
Come, what masks, what revels are at hand to wear away the long age of 3 hours between our after supper and our bedtime? Where is our usual manager of mirth? Is there no play to ease the anguish of a torturing hour? Call Philostrate.
Here, mighty Theseus.
Say, what abridgment have you for this evening? What masks? What dances? How shall we beguile the lazy time, if not with some delight?
There's a brief how many sports are ripe. Make choice of which your highness will see first.
The Battle of the Centaurs, to be sung by an Athenian eunuch to the harp. Well, none of that. That I have told my love, in honor of my kinsman Hercules. The riot of the tipsy Bacchanals tearing the Thracian singer in their rage. That is an old device. It was played when I came from Thebes, last a conqueror. The thrice three muses mourning the death of learning, late deceased in beggary, that is some satire, keen and critical, not sorting for a nuptial ceremony. A tedious, brief scene of young Pyramus and his love Thisbe. Very tragical mirth. Merry and tragical. Tedious and brief. That is hot ice and wondrous strange snow. How shall we find the concord of this discord?
A play there is, my lord. Some 10 words long, which is as brief as I have known a play. But by 10 words, my lord, it is too long, which makes it tedious. For in it there is not one word apt, one player fitted. And tragical, my noble lord, it is, for Pyramus therein doth kill himself, which, when I saw rehearsed, I must confess made mine eyes water, but more merry tears, the passion of loud laughter never shed.
What are those that do play it?
Oh, hard-handed men that work in Athens, which never labored their minds until now, and now have toiled their unbreathed memories with this same play against your nuptial.
And we will hear it!
No! Oh, my noble lord, it is not for you, for I have heard it over, and it is nothing. Nothing in this world unless you can find sport in their intents, extremely stretched and conned with cruel pain to do you service.
I will hear that play, for never can anything be amiss when simpleness and duty tender it. Go, bring them in, and take your places, ladies.
I love not to see wretchedness or charged and duty in his service perishing.
Why, my gentle sweet, you shall see no such thing.
He says they can do nothing in this kind.
The kind are we, to give them thanks for nothing. Our sport shall be to take what they mistake. And what modest duty cannot do, noble respect takes it in might, not merit. Where I have come, great clerks have purposed to greet me with premeditated welcomes, where I have seen them tremble and look pale, and make periods in the midst of sentences, throttle their practiced accents and their fears, and in conclusion, dumbly have broke off, not paying me a welcome. Trust me, sweet, after this silence yet, I've picked a welcome. And in the modesty of fearful duty, I heard as much from the rattling tongue as saucy and audacious eloquence. Love, therefore, and tongue-tied simplicity, in least speak most, to my capacity.
So please your grace, the prologue is addressed.
Let her approach.
If we offend, it is with our goodwill, that you should think we come not to offend, but with goodwill, to show our simple skill it is the true beginning of our end. Consider then we come but in despite. We do not come minding to contest you, our true intent is, all for your delight, we are not here. The actors are at hand, and by their show, you shall know all that you are like to know.
This fellow doth not stand on points.
She hath rid her prologue like a rough colt. She knows not to stop. A good moral, my lord. 'Tis not enough to speak, but to speak true.
His speech was like a tangled chain, nothing impaired, but all disordered. Who is next?
Gentles, perchance you wonder at our show, but wonder on till truth makes all things plain. This man is Pyramus, if you would know. This beauteous lady, Thisbe, is certain. This one, with vile rhyme doth cast, doth present wall. That vile wall which did these lovers sunder and through walls chink. Poor souls, they are content to whisper. At the which, let no man wonder that this one, with lanthorn jog and bush of thorn, presenteth moonshine. For by moonshine did our lovers think no scorn to meet at Ninus' tomb, there to woo. this grisly beast, which Lion hight by name, the trusty Thisbe coming first by night, did scare away, or rather did affright. And as she fled, her mantle she did fall, which Lion with vile bloody mouth did stain. Anon comes Pyramus, sweet youth and tall, and finds his trusty Thisbe's mantle slain, whereat, with bloody, blameful blade, he bravely broached his boiling bloody breast. And Thisbe, tarrying in mulberry shade, his dagger drew and died. For all the rest, let lion, wall, moon, and lovers twain at large discourse while here they do remain.
I wonder if the lion be to speak.
No wonder, my lord, one lion may when many asses do.
In this same interlude it doth befall that I, one Snout by name, present a wall. And such a wall as I would have you think had in it a crannied hole or chink through which the lovers Pyramus and Thisbe are to whisper very secretly. This loam, this rough cast, and this stone doth show that I am that same wall. The truth is so. And this, the cranny is, right and sinister, through which the fearful lovers are to whisper.
Would you desire Hare and Lion to speak better?
Is the wittiest partition that e'er I heard discourse, my lord.
Pyramus draws near the wall. Silence!
Oh, grim looked night! Oh, night with you so black! Oh, night, whichever art when day is not! Oh, night, alack, alack, alack! I fear my Thisbe's promises forgot! And thou, oh, wall, oh, sweet, oh, lovely one, that stands between her father's ground and mine. Oh, wall, thou wall, oh, sweet, oh, lovely wall, show me thy cheek to blink through with mine eyne. Thanks, courteous wall, Jove shield thee well for this. But what see I? No Thisbe do I see. Oh, wicked wall, through which I see no bliss. Cursed be thy stones for thus deceiving me.
The wall, methinks, being sensible, should curse again.
No, in truth, sir, he should not. Deceiving me is Thisbe's cue. She is to enter now, and I'm to spy her through the hole in the wall. You shall see. It will fall pat, as I told you. Yonder she comes. Oh, full often hast thou heard my moans for parting my fair Pyramus and me. My cherry lips have often kissed thy stones with lime and hair knit up in thee. I hear a voice. Now will I to the chink to spy, and I can hear my Thisbe's face. Thisbe! My love, thou art my love, I think. Think what thou wilt. I am thy lover's grace, and like Lymander, am I trusty still? Oh, kiss me through the hole of this vile wall. I kiss the wall's hole, not your lips at all. Wilt thou at Ninny's tomb meet me straight away? Tide life, tide death, I come without delay.
Thus have I, wall, my part discharged so, and, being done, thus away wall doth go.
Now is the mural down between the two neighbors.
No remedy, my lord, when walls are so willful to hear without warning.
Here come two noble beasts in, a man and a lion.
You, ladies, you whose gentle hearts do fear the smallest monstrous mouse that creeps on floor, may now perchance both quake and tremble here, when lion rough and wildest rage doth roar, know that I, one Snug the Joiner am, no lion's fell, nor else no lion's dam. For if I should, as lion, come in strife into this place, 'twere a pity on my life.
Very gentle beast of a good conscience.
The very best at a beast, my lord, that e'er I saw.
This lion is a very fox for his valor.
True, and a goose for his discretion.
Not so, my lord, for his valor cannot carry his discretion, and the fox carries the goose.
His discretion, I am sure, cannot carry his valor, for the goose carries not the fox. But leave it to his discretion, and let us listen to the moon.
This lanthorn doth the horned moon present.
He should have worn the horns upon his head.
He is no crescent, and his horns are hidden within the circumference.
This lanthorn doth the horned moon present. Myself, the man in the moon, do seem to be.
Oh, this is the greatest error of all the rest. The man should be put into the lanthorn. How else is it the man in the moon?
He dares not come there for the candle, for you see, it is already in snuff.
Look, all that I have to tell you is to say that this lanthorn is the moon, myself, the man in the moon, this thorn bush, my thorn bush, and this dog, my dog.
All these should be in the lanthorn, for all these are in the moon. But silence! Here comes the speech.
This is old Nini's tomb. Where is my love?
Well run, Thisbe!
Well shown, moon. Truly the moon shines with a good grace.
Well moused, lion.
So the lion vanished.
And then came Pyramid.
Sweet moon, I thank thee for thy sunny beams. I thank thee, moon, for shining now so bright. For by thy gracious, golden, glittering gleams, I trust to take of truest Thisbe sight. But stay, oh spite, but mark, poor knight, what dreadful dole is here? Eyes, do you see? How can it be? Oh, dainty duck, oh dear! Thy mantle good, what stained with blood? Approach, ye furies fell. Oh, fates, come, cut the red and the rum, quail, crush, conclude, and quail.
This passion!
Ah!
This passion! This passion and the death of a dear friend would go near to make a man feel sad.
Be sure my heart, but I pity the man.
Oh, wherefore nature dost thou lions frame? Since lion vile hath here devoured my dear, which is, no, which was the fairest dame that lived, that loved, that liked, that looked with cheer. Come, tears, confound out, sword, and pierce the pap of Pyramus. That left pap where heart doth hap. Ah! Thus die I, thus, Now I am dead!
finds her lover?
She will find him by starlight, and her passion ends the play.
I think she should not use such a long one for Pyramus. I hope she will be brief.
She has spied him already with those sweet eyes.
Asleep, my love? What? Dead, my dove? Oh, Pyramus, arise! Speak, speak, quite dumb? Dead? Dead! On two must cover thy sweet eyes! These my lips, this cherry nose, these yellow cowslip cheeks are gone, are gone! Lovers, make moan! Lovers, make moan! His eyes were green as leeks. Oh, sisters three, come to me with hands as pale as milk. Lay them in gore, since you have shorn with shears his thread of silk. Tongue, not a word. Come, trusty sword. Come, blade, my breast embrew. And farewell, friends. Thus is the end. Adieu, adieu, adieu.
Lion and Moonshine are left to bury the dead.
Aye, and wall too.
Oh, no! Oh, the wall is down, that parted their fathers. Would it please you to see the epilogue, or to hear a Bergamask dance between two of our company?
No epilogue. No excuse, never excuse, for when the players are all dead, there needs none be blamed. The iron tongue of midnight hath struck 12. Lovers to bed. 'Tis almost fairy time. I fear we shall outsleep the coming morn, for having watched this palpable gross play, we have well beguiled the heavy gate of night. Sweet friends, to bed. A fortnight hold we this solemnity, in nightly revels and new jollity.
Now the hungry lion roars, and the wolf behowls the moon, and the heavy plowman snores all with weary task fordone. Now the screech owl, screeching loud, puts the wretch that lies in woe in remembrance of a shroud. Now it is the time of night at the graves, all gaping wide. Everyone lets forth his sprite in the churchway paths to glide. And we, fairies that do run by the triple Hecate's team, from the presence of the sun, chasing darkness like a dream. Now a frolic. Not a mouse shall disturb this hallowed house. I am sent with broom before to sweep the dust behind the door.
Now into the break of day, through this house each fairy stray, and to the best bride bed will we, which by us shall blessed be, and the issue there create ever shall be fortunate.
So shall all the couples three ever true in loving be, and the blot of nature's hand shall not in their issue stand. Never mole, hair, lip, nor scar, nor mark prodigious, such as are despised in nativity, shall upon their children be.
With this field dew consecrate, every fairy take his gate, and each several chamber bless, through this palace with sweet peace. And the owner of it blessed, ever shall in safety rest. Trip away, make no stay. Meet me all by break of day.
If we shadows have offended, think but this and all is mended. That you have but slumbered here while these visions did appear, and this weak and idle theme, no more yielding but a dream. Gentles, do not reprehend. If you pardon, we will mend. And as I am an honest Puck, if we have unearned luck, now, to scape the serpent's tongue, we will make amends ere long. Else the Puck a liar call. So, good night unto you all. Give me your hands if we be friends, and Robin shall restore amends.
Thank you.